Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. Terrible news coming from Pretoria. Valen Kirtley says Leanne Manis and my celebration of the Gautrain's victory may have been premature. She says they're consulting the TV ref now because the Alouette is supposedly, perhaps, could have, maybe, allegedly, apparently won. Okay, but Valen will bring us all the information. Vay, break it to us gently, please.
We are going to consult with the TV ref because I actually think it's going to come down to a photo finish. You know, the pilot of the Alouette, he's been a part of the South African Air Force for over 40 years. He's now retired, but this is a man with experience, so he knows that when you're going to win a race, you're going to do it in the last couple of meters. So we'll consult the TV ref because the decision is not quite final just yet. So all those people that had their heads in their hands from Team Chopper, don't get too despondent just yet. We'll be bringing you the final outcome. But what a fabulous race. What an amazing experience it's been to actually be up in the Puma, to have watched this race and also to have brought it to you. And all of this is because we are celebrating the 95th anniversary of the South African Air Force. And they're going to be celebrating that at the South African Air Force Museum Air Show, which is going to be taking place here at the Swartkorps Air Force Base come Saturday. Now, a man from the SAAF Museum is Lieutenant Colonel Mike O'Connor. What a brilliant way to kind of launch this air show.
Oh, thanks a lot. We've tried this in the past, and we decided we'd scale down on aircraft to put the LO2 up and give the Gautrain a chance for a change. And it looks like we might have made a mistake, but we'll wait for that final outcome.
Just tell us a little bit about the air show that's going to be taking place on Saturday and how it contributes to the good work that the museum does.
All right, obviously the Air Force Museum, we're very dependent on funds to raise funds to maintain our heritage of the Air Force being 95 years old. And yes, we host this air show once a year with the permission of the Chief of the Air Force. And the show is basically to give something back to the public and show them what heritage we've got. And I've got amazing staff at the museum, the technical staff and all my support staff looking after these aircraft. So yes, we can't wait to show our capabilities on Saturday.
Now, it's not only the warbirds and those warbirds that are still running that are actually going to be up in the air and people are going to be able to appreciate it and relive some memories, but you guys are also going to have top-class Air Force aircraft right here. I believe the Grippen's going to be here, the Royvalk.
Yes, the Top Gun boys are here. We've got the Grippens, the Hawks. We have a lot of Air Force support in terms of fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and that's just to complement the whole entire show. We've got a lot of civilian participation, the old favourite, the Mustang and the Cheetah and things like that. So yes, we're going to wow the crowd on Saturday.
All right, lovely stuff. Now, this is not the only Air Force Museum. You've got two others around the country, in Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. Are there any celebrations set for them to also celebrate 95 years?
Yes, we're going through a whole process at this stage of celebrating the 95 years of the SAAF and then also celebrating the 21 years of democracy in the Air Force. And this is going throughout the Air Force at this stage, and we're trying to make it really big this year, something special in anticipation for the 100 years in 5 years' time.
And you guys also take a lot of pride in the fact that the South African Air Force are the second oldest Air Force in the entire world.
Yes, something to be proud of, and there are some disputes regarding it from other countries, but yes, we are. In the history books, we're the second oldest Air Force and celebrating 95 this year.
And it's here in the museum that you get to see those aircraft that hold so many memories, that hold so many stories, because each and every single one of these aircraft that you have here in Hangar 14 and those that maybe are grounded, they've got all stories behind them, which is really the allure and, you know, what makes it so seductive to come to the museum and hear those stories.
It is. It's quite amazing for the people that come through here, especially the old Air Force members that work, that have gone on pension and things like that, coming to relive their old memories here. And we're going through a big transformation process at the moment of getting the entire Air Force history up to date. So yes, we're looking forward to putting something amazing together at the museum for everybody to come and view and look at the heritage that we can offer.
Lovely stuff. But on Saturday, it's all going to be about what's happening up in the air and seeing these beautiful, magnificent aircraft from yesteryear as well as modern day.
Well, from 7 o'clock on Saturday morning, you're going to see arrivals taking place, and the show continues until about 17:30, and every 15 minutes there will be a different aircraft in the air performing for the spectators. It's going to be awesome.
That's absolutely brilliant. And it's also very cost effective. It's only 50 Rand for adults entrance to come in, and children under 12 come for free. And you'll also be able to help in their education to appreciate these magnificent aircraft. So that's happening on Saturday from 7 o'clock at the Swartkorps Air Force Base. That's the South African Airforce Museum Air Show. It's the biggest air show that we have here in South Africa, celebrating 95 years of the South African Air Force, the second oldest air force in the world. Ayanda, it's back to you. I'm consulting that TV ref.